LeeReads, where I talk about the books I've been reading and enjoying lately. The cat is right here meowing. You can hear her. It is really raining out there, and I felt like sitting down and starting a reading vlog. And it's kind of a random selection for me. I've had it as an ebook for a long time. Also, isn't that a cute sticker? Main character energy. I've had it as an ebook for a long time, but I was just inspired to read it because I was watching The Secret Sauce of Storycraft's video on her favorite military sci-fi series. This was one of her top recs. I believe it was nominated for some awards. NINEFOX GAMBIT. It is a trilogy. She says each book is excellent, it's nuanced with interesting characters, and all I know about it is her summary. This soldier, and I don't know how high she is in the military, somehow is compelled to take on the memory and personality of this general who is considered insane. As this person is growing in her military career, going on missions, etc., she has to deal with having this character in her head who everyone says was insane. It was legendary for whatever reason, and she gets to know this general a little bit better and starts to question the truth of like what they really know about him, what really happened, and that was intriguing to me. I loved how it was done in a memory called Empire, so I'm gonna give this one a try, and I will check in as I read it with my thoughts. It'll be relaxed, spoiler free. Hopefully I enjoy it. We will see how it goes. Good morning. I have a small update. I'm about 15% through. I actually was expecting to be reading it over my lunch breaks, and then I kind of got really into this nonfiction unexpectedly that I've been reading instead. And today is my husband's birthday, so we've been like doing stuff. Last night we went to the House of Blues and saw a jazz group, Kamasi Washington, which was my first time seeing that sort of band, and that was really fun, but wasn't reading. Anyway, back to NINEFOX Gambit. So far, the story opens and really plops you into the action. It opens mid-battle. So not only are you trying to orient yourself to the character and the initial conflict, but also it's introducing a lot of the technology. So it's been a lot of trying to ground myself, figure out the motivations of the character. The technology is really interesting. I don't know that I have a firm mental picture of how it all looks, but I have this impression, and it's linked with their religion, what they call the calendar, and that is seemingly really important to the society. It's like a six-pronged society. There are these 6 groups of people that run it. Each of them, you like decide which. It's almost like a house you want to join, and they have certain specialties. And so Charis, or Karis, the main character, is in the Kel group, which is like the fighting, the strong arm group. So she is a soldier. She is like a company commander and pulls her company out of what should have been certain death by using mathematics really well and how that interplays with their technology, and reaffirms in the eyes of some superiors that she is the perfect person for this job that they have in mind. So mostly the story's following her perspective so far, but also getting some higher-ups in the other families and getting a glimpse of the politics. I think this is going to be a really political story, and the motivations and the character's thought process so far as to their religion, what is heresy, and how that is influencing the society. It's been really interesting to see how it's baked in and how important that is to the characters. Like I said, I'm only 15% in. The main inciting incident is just kind of happening. She's getting linked up with this general, and I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm intrigued so far. So hopefully I am less confused as it goes, but equally engaged. And I'll check back in at the next decent feeling stopping point. Hello, I have just a quick update. So I'm I'm holding my camera. So I'm about halfway through the novel. It really has started kicking off now that the main character, Cheris, has come in contact with the insane, traitorous, notorious general. I really like the way that the characters are joined. It's not in a way that I expected. And their joining not only affects the main character, but also there are impacts to the surrounding characters as well. And I really appreciate like the historical lens that this character is giving to the main character, but then also some grounding to me as far as I'm still trying to figure out exactly what everything means when it comes to their government. But I'm becoming a lot more grounded with the story and the main character as like we're really setting out on the mission now. So yes, definitely a turning point. I'm really feeling a lot more invested with the story now. And when I had to put the book down, it was kind of at a cliffhanger, like something happened and I want to find out what happens next. But I guess I gotta go. Hello. It's the end of my work week. I feel like it's been a long week. To explain the alarm at the end of the last clip, I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned this before, but my husband and I are both firefighters. We volunteer for our city, which is a fully volunteer department, and that was just the alarm for a call. I finished NINEFOX GAMBIT today. I feel like I still need to digest and think about this book because there's a lot that the author was doing that is kind of subtle and builds as it goes. But the long and short of it is I really enjoyed it more and more as I got into the story. And I really don't want to get into spoiler territory, but the way that the main character, Cheris, and the mind of the general that she kind of gets melded with, how that interaction plays out, I thought was really cool. And you start to get a lot more insight into the society they're living in and how it got the way that it is and how maybe it should change. They're segmented into like 6 houses, and you choose where you want to go based on your different aptitudes. But then like Cheris is a Kell, and once you're a Kell, you are a Kell. You have this formation instinct. You're very militaristic because they are like the army or the navy. They are loyal. They serve as commanded. They do their duties, and even though they may not personally agree, it's very ingrained in them to behave a certain way. So you see that aspect, but then also get a glimpse into the minds of these different soldiers and what they really think about what they're doing, but then why they behave the way that they do anyway. And it all speaks to this greater idea of their society and how their religion and the fear of heresy controls things. And in fact, this big war that they're fighting is against a heretical faction that is inducing rot into their religion. Where this story left off makes me really want to pick up the next one. And I just really liked it. Some of the technology was hard to really put my fingers on. It's like a soft magic system, except for it's the technology where like it's stated but not super well defined, and yet it clearly has its own rules, but I as the reader just don't fully understand them. However, it's a trilogy, so I feel like I'll come to understand it more and more as the trilogy goes on, especially because a lot of those ideas are perhaps like antagonistic to society. Overall, I'm really glad I finally read this one. I'm glad that I saw a recommendations video for it that encouraged me to pick it up so that it was no longer languishing in my TBR pile. I found it challenging because of some of the world building aspects, and yet I became grounded enough in the characters that it was okay. I was able to get a deeper appreciation for the story. I would recommend this book, and I will be continuing the series. Let me know what you think about it if you've read it. It's been out for a few years now. And if you're looking for an interesting, kind of political, twisty military sci-fi that deals a lot with overall strategy, morality, and motivations, things like that, I think this might be a good one for you to try. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, this relaxed reading vlog style video. And as always, don't forget to support your local library. Thanks.